This is how you log in and use the new interface for Securely Classroom. To access Securely, you want to go to your ClassLink dashboard and select the Securely icon. From here, hover over the Login button, select Device Console. Select Sign In with Google. Select your name. You can view your class by selecting this option, or you can start your class by selecting this option. Let's view our class. Here it shows you who the teachers are. It shows you if you have a schedule started or not. I do not recommend starting a schedule if your students move from class to class where teachers are using this. I recommend starting this manually every day. And it will show you the list of students in your class. Once you select the Start button, you can go through and select the session settings. You want it to end at a specific time or after a specific amount of time. It also gives you the options to determine how many tabs they can have open at once. If you want to create a block list, you can do so. A block list is simply a way to block students from accessing a specific group of websites. You also have the option of closing all of their tabs from the moment you start the class. You can give them a 60-second countdown, a 2-minute countdown, a 10-minute countdown. It'll show up on their screen and say, you have 10 seconds until we close all tabs. You can allow students to raise their hands. That means you'll see a little icon come up next to their name saying they have a questions. Students can initiate chat with the teachers. It does not allow students to chat between themselves. And also selecting the play chat alert sound for when you send them a message, it'll make an alert noise. These are all settings that are up to you. You can manage this session however you like. Now on this side of the screen, you have the option to leave students out of the class by deselecting the check mark under their name. The benefit of removing students from your class is if they are in a different area on their Chromebooks working with somebody else, and you have a block list set up or limiting the number of tabs. That student may not be able to access everything he or she needs to access if they are under your controlled options here. So if that's the case, just remove that student from the class for the day and then click Start Now when you're ready. This may take a minute to show student devices. This is the only student I have logged in right now, and as you can see, his computer screen showed right up. If a student's computer screen does not show up at all and it stays in this category right here where it says student is not online, just submit a work order and I'll be able to help you with that. Some of the options that we have available in Securely Classroom include locking screens. Here, if I select that button, I have the ability to lock all students' screens. You can even customize what they see on their screen when you lock their screen. I've locked your screens. Look up at me. Can give you more information. You can also auto-release this lock after a certain amount of time. When you're ready to lock the screens, click the lock button and you will see here that the screens have been locked. You will also update here, this is what the students will see. If you would like to release the students from the lock screen, select Release. The lock icon will disappear and the students will now be able to go back to their work. If you don't want to lock all students' screens, simply select this icon here and then choose Screen Lock. That will lock that one student's screen. You can also push URLs to student devices. You can do them from your web links list, or you can manually enter them and then add it to the list. And you will see here in a moment that this updates to CK12. You can also share your screen with the students by selecting Share Screen. And it will also lock the student's screen during this session so they can't get out of your shared screen. You can choose which screen you want to share with them. And you'll see here that this screen will update. And when you're done, you can release them from that screen share. And they will no longer be locked in that screen share. You can also make an announcement. Select Announce when you're ready, and you will see here that announcement will pop up on their screen in a little pop-up window that says class ends in 5 minutes. The students can go in and say okay and go back to what they're doing. And you can release the announcement. You can also go in here and do them individually, each one of those options. Here you can share the student's screen. You can also save their screen, so if they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, you can click on this button right here, and you'll see this pop up, Screen saved successfully. That goes here in the print queue. It will print all screenshots with the student's name on it here if you need to print them off. It also shows you all the tabs that are being used right now. If you click on one of them, you can also visit here. You can block this tab. You can force this tab to close. You can contact the student here by clicking this button, by sending them a message. This blue comment bubble shows up on the screen right here. That student can go in, select the comment bubble, and see your comment. The student can write back, and you can see here, there's a red dot on there now that he has responded back. If you would like to change the view, here, simply click on this button right here. That'll just be a tab view. You can see all the tabs that the students have open. At the end of every class, always select the release button. And don't forget to click on this drop-down arrow and stop class. Always ensure that you hit the release button to make sure that your blocked websites, any of your Securely Classroom policies don't travel with that student to the next class. And that is how you use the new user interface for Securely Classroom.